Welcome to another episode of Epic Gen Table Talk. In today's show, we're going to be going through the world of beauty pageants, all the glitz and glam, and how everything changed throughout the years. So girls, have you ever joined a beauty pageant or considered going to one?
I mean, yeah, it sounds pretty fun, honestly, so there's a lot to do.
Yeah,
So-
I haven't joined one, but it's like, I want to see if I can do it, you know?
Yeah.
It's so scary, but like...
Haven't you been in beauty pageants?
Yes, I've actually been in two.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. She's experienced.
Yes, guys.
How were they?
How do they go? Good. So the first one, Canada's Top Choice, I got first runner-up.
Ooh,
So-
okay.
Okay.
And then another one, I got Miss Canada Globe. So like Miss Teen Canada Globe, not like I'm too young. Miss Canada Globe Petite. So
Okay, that's actually seen
Okay.
yeah.
How was it though? Like, how's the experience?
How was it? So you obviously have to put in a lot of work for those type of things, and and which leads me to my next question. What do you think is the most hardest part of the competition, or the most exciting part?
The questionnaire part.
Yeah.
It's like
Q&A?
yeah. How's because I know you have to answer like right on the spot.
Yeah,
They can,
that's so much pressure.
What
Yeah,
does it do for world peace?
Yeah, it's kind of like, the improv that we do in a lot of the other episodes.
Yeah.
It's sort of like that, and how you prepare is just by doing it, practicing over time, sort of the same thing as improv, You have to just get good. So.
How do you practice that though? Like, you don't know what question it is.
On the spot question.
Yeah.
Usually, sometimes in pageants, they give you a list of possible questions, so you sort of have an idea of what could be asked. So yeah.
Okay, that's actually helpful.
Go through every question. Like, memorize an answer.
Memorize.
Oh, I'm ready.
I know.
Yep. Let's just pray you get the one that you know the answer from most.
Yeah, honestly.
And if not, it's okay.
Yeah.
Just do your best.
I know. So we all know that beauty pageants have been around for quite a long time, but what are some things that you noticed changed in beauty pageants?
I don't know beauty pageants much because I haven't joined any, but I noticed nowadays there's a lot of online voting. And if there weren't online voting before, then maybe that's something that changed because there wasn't social media before.
Yeah.
But then how about you? What do you notice?
Something that I noticed is that you don't need to fit the beauty standard anymore, because it's not just about what the contestant looks like, it's who they are as a person. The age range now is much larger as well, so you could be a mom or you can still be in university and be getting an education. So it's not about just how they look, it's who they are as a person. So.
No,
How about you? Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to know? Go ahead.
Yes, I would love you. Okay. So, like you said, there's so much more diversity in the competitions that we see today, pageants that we see today, which really shows the innovation that our world has brought, because a lot of times, we only celebrated a certain type of beauty. So I'm glad to see that type of diversity.
Yes, that's so true. Another thing that I noticed is that they all have an advocacy for a certain topic, like a serious certain topic. And that brings me to my next question. If you guys were to join a pageant, what would your advocacies be? We can start here.
Mine would be bullying. It's a general term and a lot of people know it. And it's been going on for a long time and it's really talked about. But even though it's talked about, it's still happening. I've been to so much schools as someone who moves a lot, and it still happens everywhere. Not even just when you think about bullying, you think about, oh, he punched her, he punched him. But bullying could be about words, and even the slightest word could be so hurtful to someone. So I would advocate bullying.
Yeah, that's really nice. My advocacy when I was in my most recent pageant was marine life conservation, just spreading awareness, because us as humans, we are causing detrimental problems to the sea environment. So I just wanted to raise more awareness about that and share to people what they can do to help.
I feel like for me, it definitely touches on a lot of like self-love or like self-confidence because that's one thing. That's one thing I really like about people when they have like self-love and self-confidence, and I know that like that it's not easy to have that as well. Because especially like when you brought up like beauty standards as well, I know that's also pressuring on like a lot of like especially young individuals.
Yeah.
Because they feel pressure to like be this certain way, look this certain way, act this certain way. It's really hard, and I get that, but I feel like if like you just as like you go through life or something like that, like you know what I mean, like you'll learn how to like love certain parts of yourself and like be more confident in yourself, because I know that that's happened for me as well as a person, so I want to experience that more as I grow up. It's a good feeling as well, so
That's so beautiful. I know. That could be like a poem.
Yeah, no, like, write that down.
I'm gonna cry. I'm joking.
For me, it would probably be cancer education. I'd say cancer, which is like the general consensus. Everyone says cancer, but for me, it was because my mom had cancer when I was young, and I know how hard it was for her, and it's a really difficult thing to have to go through. So as a kid, I would. I'm not about to cry. I would.
it's okay. We're right here.
I would cut my hair to donate to cancer societies to make wigs for people who lost their hair due to chemotherapy.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna cry. Stop. I don't want to like.
I can relate.
That's actually so sweet. And you know, it's really exciting to see the development of cancer studies and you know what we can do to help. But you know what is also exciting?
What is also exciting?
We're going to get to meet a beauty queen up close and personal, and she just came back from a pageant from internationally, and she was representing Canada.
Ooh.
So stick around to see who our dazzling guest is.
I'm a little excited.
Yes.
Welcome back, everyone. Our beautiful special guest today lights up any room she walks in. She is not only a beauty queen, but she is also an academic achiever, a leader, and a change maker. Please welcome Miss Supranational Canada 2022, Alexa Marie Grant. Welcome to the show. We are so happy to have you here today, and again, you are so beautiful. Oh my God, this is here. And actually, I just heard you came back from your most recent Miss Supranational competition. So I'd like to ask first, what is Miss Supranational, and what was your experience like there?
Yeah, so Miss Supranational is one of the biggest pageants in the world right now, and it's known for being a change maker. So it's one of the few pageants where they've increased the age limit in recent years, and there is no height requirement. You don't have to be any certain shape, size, or any look to join. They're really looking for someone who is authentic in the way that they present themselves. I think that ties back to my own experience. I really had a chance to showcase who I was, and I was able to make friends from that. I think that's the biggest thing. It was an experience where we had learning, we had friendships that were built. So I have friends now from across the world, and I still keep in contact with them. I know it's been only a week or two since it last ended, but I still like to see them on Instagram, to talk to them and really connect and savor what we had there.
Yeah, that's so nice. And I know there's lots of preparation that goes into these beauty competitions too. I mean, speaking from experience, because I know that I had to really work on my Q&A, but I was just wondering, what was the most difficult part of the challenge for you? What did you have to prepare most for?
So, like I said earlier, they're looking for authenticity, and I think throughout my pageant experience, because I've done other pageants before this, I was really focused on trying to nail a certain walk or a certain way of speaking. Like you said with Q&A, we always say things like, I believe, or it's like a script. So I really had to put myself out of that box where I was trying to fit, I guess, a certain image that I wanted to achieve, and really embrace just being myself, being just casual in the way I spoke rather than being so formal and uptight about it, so that people could really see what's on the inside.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah. And there's no doubt your beauty and brains because you're Dean's Lister at York University, right? And you're leading in a lot of activities at your school and in the community. So, as a student, how do you balance all of that?
So I think the biggest thing is time management. I am someone who procrastinates, which I know a lot of people can relate to. But time management, especially with my agenda, that really helps writing everything down, making sure I have a schedule, people to keep me accountable as well. I always have my mom to rely on, she too today. But also I like to integrate a lot of my activities together. So instead of just hanging out with my friends, I decided to integrate that into my advocacy work. So with my youth-led organization, Beyond Our Now, I bring my friends over whenever I want to organize something like a garbage cleanup. Where can I get people to join, you know? The first place I look is, okay, I wanted to hang out with my friends, I'll bring them here too.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
You know, speaking of advocacies, we understand that you founded a nonprofit youth organization called Beyond Our Now and would like to travel the world to spread awareness about it. Could you please expand more on this initiative and why you designed it?
Yeah, so Beyond Our Now, it really is looking beyond the present. That's how I came up with the name. It's looking to the future to found places where youth can really see success, because growing up from a child and my mom being a teacher, she really instilled in me that idea that it's the youth who are the future, that they're the people that we need to invest in and their success really matters. So I thought, okay, I was guided in this way. How can I pay it forward? How can I bring that to other people? So I wanted to provide the same opportunities that I got, because it was really through these activities, extracurriculars, that I was able to grow, develop my confidence, and branch out to, I guess, what you could call a hobby, pageantry. Yeah. So having that background really pushed me forward. It helped me also have my own career. So I wanted to provide that foundation. And in Canada, that comes from a lot of extracurriculars, you know, getting youth involved, showing them that they can use their skills, that they're capable of setting whatever goals they want. And abroad, we also have people who may not have the financial capacity to go to school. And this is where these extracurriculars that we do in Canada comes in, because there's so many charities here like NCOP, which we support, and we use our connections with NCOP and other places to invest in the youth from abroad to help children go to school. So it's all around. Whatever needs to be done, we do it. We're looking for places to grow.
Yeah, that's so beautiful, your organization.
So, sorry, like, I'm really confused. What's an advocacy? Is that like a program you have to make for it to be in a pageant or something? Like,
so pageants have advocacies, and lots of people think that it's set just for the pageant, but that's where you really see authenticity, because I believe that the people who come in already having something they're passionate about, that really showcases their heart and what they're willing to do with their title. So an advocacy is really where you have something that you're passionate about, that you want to do, spread awareness of, and you want to use your platforms to draw attention to that. And yeah, so my advocacy is youth empowerment and sustainability.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that. Also, speaking of like your advocacy, do you have any like most like memorable moment of like when you were working in your advocacy, or even just like when you were in the pageant as well? Because I'd love to hear something about that.
Memorable moments. I think when I was developing what I was passionate about, because I always knew it was youth empowerment, even from being a youth myself from a young age, I thought, okay, I like to be empowered. I want to also spread this to others. But that other key factor of sustainability came in later with my school, because our school, our business program has this responsible business sector. So I was able to take some courses in that, learn about sustainability, and feel really passionate about that. And then I worked as an auditor for a recycling company. So I was doing things like picking up garbage. I know it's weird because it's not what you expect from someone who competes in pageants or holds a title, but I really enjoyed that, you know, getting my hands dirty and really putting in the effort, not just with my words, but with my actions.
That's so nice.
Yeah, and you talked about how that plays into the authenticity part. So the fact that you want to like help out with that as well, despite like all like the glamorous stuff that is kind of like seen as like in pageants. That's amazing to hear. And actually, we will be back after.
Wait, I need to ask you something. Wait, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What was that?
Wait. Cut the camera. Could I please get your autograph?
Oh my god. You know, this is the first time I've been asked for an autograph.
Expect it more in the future.
Yeah. It won't be the last.
It won't be the last.
Also sorry, I can't help but notice your crown is so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so scared that whenever you turn, I feel like it's gonna fall. So is it heavy or?
It's actually not heavy. I think this is the lightest crown I've ever had throughout my pageant experience. But it's also very comfortable because they add some sort of velvet rim that goes around, so it protects my head.
That's nice. It's like comfortable.
Detailed.
Also, I have something here if you wanted to see.
Oh.
So, this is given by my national organization. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but small engraved letters say aspirational, inspirational, and this is the motto of Miss Supranational.
That's so cool. Were you like gifted this?
Yeah, so this was one of the sponsors at the experience, Jubiler Schubert, and they also make the crown of the winner of Miss Supranational. So they gave every candidate who showed up, they gave us all necklaces, gold necklaces, to remember our time there. And I think they described it as being a circle because it represented family and wholesome
That's so
experience.
small.
Yes.
There's like so much meaning in that necklace, and thank you so much for showing us that. But when we come back, Alexa's gonna show us how to walk and answer questions like a beauty queen.
Yippee!
We're back with Miss Supranational Canada, Miss Alexa Grant, and she's going to be teaching us how to walk with poise and grace.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited to see some walks.
So maybe I will showcase first the walk that I did at my pageant, the swimsuit walk, because for me, swimsuit's really fun. So let's try it.
Okay, step back.
Back up.
Guys. Wait, let's like go out too. Like let's compare her.
What if we
like
Yeah. Like parting
All right.
okay.
It was so smooth.
Oh.
It's fluid motion.
Okay, that's swimsuit, right?
That was swimsuit, yeah. So usually in pageants, I've experienced that there's swimsuit, evening gown. So evening gown is a bit slower. Okay, I'll do something a bit simple.
Yeah. You're so like graceful when you walk.
You could never be. Can't even walk.
But now it's your turn. So which one do you want to learn?
I feel like swimsuit looked the easiest for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe like a simplified version. Let's like dumb it down.
So in the pageant world, I've learned that there's different walks, and the swimsuit walk that is my go-to that I kind of did is walk number 2. So I'll show you what walk number 2 looks like without all the turns and everything.
Okay.
So you start going forward, and then we go to one side. We shift our weight to the other side, and then we exit.
Okay. Thank God we're not doing it. Thank God we're not spinning. I was about to leave. Okay.
Like turning around.
Maybe we all walk up together, and I'll be calling out like how I did earlier, just like okay.
Which leg's first?
I usually start with my right,
Okay.
and everyone has their different flair and their own, I guess, special way they do things. So don't feel scared to make a mistake or do anything wrong, because it's all about how you feel like doing it, your special way.
If you have any tips before we start, like anything about posture or something.
So posture, it's always shoulders back to make you feel a bit, straight and very poised up here. And I also learned to keep my legs straight when I'm walking, because I think when we're in heels, we tend to, you know, step like this because it just feels more secure to bend our legs. But to get that elegance, that stride that you want, you have to stick out your leg a bit straight, long when you step. So yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay. I don't think I'm
Let's do
okay.
this.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. So we go to our right. Yeah, we're all on the right.
Oh, okay.
Shift weight to the left. And then we go back.
Okay.
That wasn't bad, right?
Immediately I started wrong. So which leg was better?
Where'd you know that?
I looked at our feet. I was like, oh, okay, I'm wrong. That wasn't about.
I think I started with my
She's
left.
dancing.
Because actually, I'll teach you another trick, because the pose, the pageant pose, is always called a T pose. So you put your feet in a T. So your back foot is facing this way. It's kind of like horizontal. Sorry, my pants. So it's like kind of like this way, and then your front foot will be like this, T. So then
For table talk.
yeah, T for table talk.
Oh, we're like self-promoting our own show on
So-
our show.
Follow us, guys.
If we're in this T, the easiest way to get out is then to take a step with your right, because your left is already put or hold. What do you call holding the weight? So
She's falling.
I can walk in heels.
Sorry if I'm following you too.
no, it's okay. It's okay. So are we ready?
Yippee.
So this is how we're ending
do
when we
right.
walk up there. We're gonna
No, when we end, we do our right,
left,
and then left.
and then this.
Yeah, then we exit. Okay.
Excuse me,
Okay.
Alexa.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for walking in high heels?
I would say this is a tip that I learned when I was first getting into it. It's you kind of put a bit more weight on the ball of your feet.
What's the ball of your feet?
This part, this front part.
The toe.
Oh, I was thinking the back.
Because
Yeah,
that's how you,
that's
like when you
cute.
do your
I know.
tricks and turns eventually, that's how you really get there, because you can't turn if you're, you know, your foot's here. You have to put weight here so you can easily.
It looks so smooth. When you're doing it,
She does it so gracefully. Like
when I look at the camera when I'm doing it, we're totally different creatures.
Don't
Like,
worry about it. 'Cause honestly, this wasn't just something that I just did overnight one day, or, you know, I practiced for here. It's something that I practiced for years. And I'm not saying that it takes years to learn the walk, but if you really want to perfect it, that's how it gets there. But you always start from just learning these simple things, T-pose and walking straight with your shoulders back. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Shoulders back, T-pose, and 3, 2, 1. So you lean to the right,
Okay.
to the left, and exit.
I'm just happy I didn't trip.
I felt like I was on the wrong side. I don't know why. I was like, wait.
And before we go, could we just have some tips and tricks for Q&A? Because we all discussed that that would be like the hardest part.
I agree, Q&A can be pretty hard sometimes, but the key is really to have that one-liner in there that really catches the judge's attention. Opener and closer. So if the question was about something, I don't know, environmental, let's say, and then I'm the one answering it, and you know my advocacy is about sustainability, then I can say something powerful like, I am a woman of change, or I hope to see change, something like that. And then you can say whatever the question is, and then you end it off again with that closer. So it's all about opener, closer, middle. You say something smart.
Say something genius.
Yeah, I wish we had more time to go over Q&A maybe another day. But one other important part when we're speaking in a pageant is when we introduce ourselves. When we go on stage and we say our name, where we're from. So I think we should practice that today. So the first thing is there's a microphone. We have to walk up to the microphone. So you come up here, and sometimes they'll tell you, don't adjust it. So you have to deal with it if you're down here, you have to make sure you step a bit to the side so your face can still be seen. If you're up here, you make sure that you're not arching your back to be heard. You have to put in extra effort to project your voice. And other times they'll tell you, yeah, adjust the mic. So you walk up confidently and then you tilt it forward, down. And what we're gonna say first is our name, our age, and then our country, because we're all here in Canada. So I'll go first. And then, you know, the T-pose we learned to look confident and strong. Alexa Grant, 22 years old, representing Canada.
Okay.
And that's something I learned from my specific pageant is when we went up to do our intros, they didn't want us to be too screamy. They told us to be heard as a woman, you don't have to scream. You can be strong and powerful with your voice. It's about your tone. So I was like, oh, that's different. I like that. But we're here to have fun. Anything you want to do? Who wants to go first?
A is the first letter in the alphabet, and you're Antoinette. You're going. And you're at the end too. You're
No pressure. It's your name, age, and Canada.
Canada. Okay.
Can you say hi?
Yeah, you can say good evening. When I was in Poland, actually, because the Polish greeting for good evening is Dobry wieczór. I memorized that. I said that.
Do. Sorry.
What's going on? You can say anything.
Wait. Okay.
You good?
I need to like prepare myself.
It's all about
2 seconds.
confidence.
Okay.
Don't overthink it.
3.
Oh wait, walk up to the mic too. Here, come
Action!
My name is Antoinette Targa. I am 14 years old, representing Canada.
Mabuhay! My name is Dana Beto. I'm 14 years old and I'm representing Canada.
Hello, everyone. I'm Thea. I'm 16 years old, and I'm representing Canada. Sorry, that was not.
Why'd you say?
Bonjour. My name is Gloria Ann Barry Quattro. I'm 14 years old, and I'm representing Canada.
Where do I go?
Thank you so much. Now we all can actually, well, you already know how, but I never knew how to walk with heels on. So thank you for teaching us that. And thank you for inspiring us with your advocacies and achievements. And to all our Table Talk followers, don't forget to keep shining and stay beautiful inside and out. Bye.
Bye guys.
You guys are beautiful.
Oh, we're waiting like that.